Hey guys, Stephen here, aka Mr. CJ, with another video for the DIY Musician Guide. In this one, I'm going to show you how to make a music video for free using public domain videos. I always say the hardest thing about being an online musician is getting someone to click on your music to, listen to it. So it can be a good idea for it to be on other platforms such as YouTube to cover more bases. A while back I made a video about how you can make art track videos that you can upload to YouTube and social media and stuff like that, but I wanted to go a little bit further in terms of what you can do visually. So with that in mind, I wanted to show you where you can find free clips to use to make your own music videos. And since I've just made one for my band Wired to Follow, I wanted to go through the process of how I've done it for free. Okay, let's dive in then. So there are many places where you can get public domain videos for your project, but for this example in this video, I'll be using the Internet Archive, and this is located at archive.org. As it states, the Internet Archive is a non-profit library of free books, movies, software, music, websites, and more. Now, this doesn't mean everything on here is free to use, as many items come with usage rights, so it's always worth checking the information provided. It's a little box just underneath each video. Now, the section I like to use is called the Prelinga Archives. I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation, that's just how it reads to me. It's all public domain usage, so it's quite safe to use. If you have a quick look at the right section on the About page, it states, "You are warmly encouraged to download, use and reproduce these films in whole or in part, in any medium or market throughout the world. You are also warmly encouraged to share, exchange, redistribute, transfer and copy these films, and especially encouraged to do so for free. Any derivative works that you produce using these films are yours to perform, publish, reproduce, sell, or distribute in any way you wish without any limitation." So pretty safe there. Films contained in this collection are stuff like old advertising stuff, educational stuff, and amateur content. If you're creative, you can use them to make some really interesting projects. Just have a look. If you click back on the collection tab, you'll see there's a load of content here. You could be scrolling down all day looking for suitable clips, so it might be worth using the filters on the left to narrow down what you're looking for. And talking about what you're looking for, I think it's really important to go in with some kind of brief, otherwise you'll just be endlessly scrolling forever just to find clips. I mean, there's totally an element of this anyway, but just have something in mind. So for my project, I'm looking for something a little dark because the track I'm using for this music video is quite creepy, I suppose. So I'm edging towards something a little bit more abstract, and I've got a film idea in my head, which is David Lynch's Eraserhead, something looking a little bit like that. I mean, obviously I've already made it, so I could also just backtrack and say, hey, that's what I wanted to make, but this is what I wanted to make. Okay, with that in mind, let's look at gathering clips. So for this brief, I'm basically on the lookout for anything that's a little bit quirky, and I'll be looking to keep the look the same to avoid a lot of extra editing later on. As this can be a very time-consuming process, I'll usually scroll through and open a bunch of these videos in new tabs. Then I can quickly scrub through each one, and if I see anything interesting, I'll download it. I think it's probably better to have more than you need, just in case you realise later on you don't have enough, which is obviously worse. Okay, moving on to editing. So when I've downloaded these clips, I'll throw them into a new project in my video editor. I'm using Final Cut, but you can use iMovie or whatever you use. I'll just scrub through the clip up here, and when I find something of interest, I'll throw it onto the timeline. Now we're obviously going to edit these clips to our music track, which you can see on the timeline. So for example, I really like this footage of these kids with a black background. It's kind of creepy, and when you play it with the music, it really works for what I'm setting out to create. Now, I just want to skip ahead to my finished project so you can see some of the things I've done and understand some of my thought processes. Okay, here's my finished music video project on the timeline here from start to finish. You can basically see at the start I've found some titles in one of the videos I thought were really interesting because they managed to build momentum throughout the track. I've got them littered throughout. Also, you can see that go into those little clips of those kids I found. I thought they were quite creepy, and also cut it to this other woman, kind of closely headbanging the screen to the beat. It kind of intercuts with that, and I think that was from an advert from like a toy which you spin on your head. But I thought, like, up close, it just looks odd, really ominous. For the kids again. And then we get to a section where, here's a chance to catch your breath. It slows down slightly. Got this oscilloscope scope thing comes in, and then the electrical equipment kind of breezes by, and we are introduced to this woman. I thought was really interesting because she looks like she's applying war paint. Now, if you look at the clip I've actually got it from, it was this one over here. It was actually a double clip there where they're basically applying makeup before and after by the looks of it. And I just thought, well, that top part looks really interesting because she's just staring at it right at the screen. And I thought, well, I'll cut it, I'll zoom at it and just match the kind of black and white kind of TV effect, because I thought that looks quite ominous. I quite like that. And then we go back to the titles, bring the kids back in, but now I've actually got a background animation, and that is from, I don't know if we can find the clip. Oh, it's here. Basically, it's from an animation showing how a record player works, I think it was. Is it this bit? Yeah, there. And I've basically put that in the background there, made that black and white as well, and had the picture of the kids come on. Kind of builds up the tension again as the track has built up now. This is at its peak. And as it fades again, so it's basically descending here, I've got this clip of these people, these men, all standing in these loads of rows. Really, really crazy. Basically, that clip climaxes with them all looking at a car, but I thought, well, as is, it looks like something from 1984, and I quite like that, and I intercut that with the woman again, and she's applying more of the war paint, and she's basically going to eventually going to finish the paint, and more of her comes in, as you can see here. And I've zoomed in slightly at the end here when she's applied it all, and ended it with her getting off, basically leaving the track, and it ends with my credit, and that is it. And that's pretty much it. You can see the video in action on the Wind to Follow YouTube channel, which I'll link to below, but you can basically grasp the potential of what you can do with your own music projects. With more time spent, you can create more of a narrative to the music video, or you could even create something you could use to project at gigs. Just have fun with it. My mentality with stuff like this is that no one's going to come along and just do a music video for you unless you pay them. So in the spirit of this channel, do it yourself. Whether it's something like this, or just an art track, or just going outside with your camera and filming, do something that extends your art. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time in another video.